Hello everybody, it is Scirocco here, back again with another video on this channel. So today I'm actually going to be reviewing my brand new favorite sleeper in Greenville. Now some of you may not call this a sleeper, but in my opinion it kind of is, because of how quick it actually is. Now I did actually have to re-record this video because the first recording I did, it was really good, but I accidentally recorded it with my webcam microphone, which doesn't sound the greatest. So yeah, make sure to drop a like for that. And yeah, but anyways, let's get into the video here. So the car that I'm actually going to be reviewing is the 2013 Volkswagen Scirocco, and this is actually the R trim, or in game, I'm pretty sure it's actually called the R and then the 2.0 TSI trim. So yeah. Pretty good, honestly, though. It looks very, very nice. Honestly, I don't really like how spread out it is at the back, but that's like the only downside with the car that I actually have. And also, it doesn't have 3D headlights and tail lights, unfortunately, but still very good looking. It has like two really nice, like pretty big exhausts at the end here. It's got really detailed rims, and there are also a couple rim options for this car too. So you're not just stuck with these rims if you don't like how they look. It also has like a 3D like handlebar thing, I guess you could call it, right here. So pretty nice, but all cars in the game have these nowadays. So yeah, honestly, pretty good though, honestly. So yeah, and then also the rearview mirrors, they don't look the greatest, honestly, but like, they're just rearview mirrors, who honestly cares? So yeah, and I don't know why I'm saying honestly so much, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, so the front of the car also looks very nice as well. It looks like really like attractive in a way, I guess. It's really nice, honestly. And even though it does only have 2 doors, it actually has 4 seats, so you can fit all your friends in here and stuff like that. So yeah, also I did change my plate to sleeper, as I thought that would just suit this car the most. But yeah, overall, really nice looking car for the first impressions. So now let's hop into the car and review the startup sound. So honestly, a very nice startup car. A very nice startup sound, especially since this vehicle isn't really that expensive, honestly. So yeah, but anyways, let's do a revving test now. So there is a little turbo noise in there. Unfortunately though, it doesn't spit flames. So that's one downside, but honestly, flames don't really matter in cars. So yeah, now let's review the blinkers. So pretty nice, and the blinkers over here actually go down here instead of on the actual headlights. So yeah, then we have the horn and the headlights and the tail lights. So yeah, honestly, pretty nice. Nothing too different though compared to other cars, but yeah. Now let's get into the driving test here, which is where things actually start to get good. Like, this thing is amazing, dude. As you guys can see as well, it is turboed, so it actually sounds extremely nice. And also it does have a sports mode, luckily, because some cars that I've been driving recently don't even have a sports mode, which is pretty sad. But luckily this one does, so really good. I wish that you could change the color of the brake calipers though, as on this car, they're basically blue all the time, and you can't actually change them. I kind of wish you could change them to like a red color or something like that, as I think red is honestly a lot more like better color for like any brake calipers on like pretty much any car, or like just black or something like that instead of just blue, because then it doesn't really actually match with the color of your car unless your car is blue. But that's like another downside that I have with it, but it's actually a really good car though. Let's actually get to the top speed here while we're going super quick. And as you can see, the top speed is 155 miles per hour. So extremely fast, honestly. I don't think most people, like, if you're just driving around, you shouldn't really be going faster than like 150 miles per hour in the first place, unless you're just trying to, like, I don't know, race people or something like that. But yeah, honestly, a very, very respectable speed. And another thing, or the main thing that I like about this car isn't really the top speed, but how fast it actually gets to the top speed. So right here, I'm going to do a 0 to 60, and then we're basically just going to do a top speed test after that. So yeah, so in 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, as soon as you go, it just goes, man. Like, as you can see there, we literally got there in about 2 to 3 seconds, I'd say. Like, that was almost no time at all. Like, it literally gets there as soon as you just go off, man. So it's really, really nice. And as you can see, we're already at 155 miles per hour, so extremely fast. But yeah, now we're going to do a quick U-turn over here and test out the top speed. So I'm actually going to go into manual for this and then do a little bit of a launch. So let's go. So as you can see there, pretty decent launch. And we're already at 60 miles per hour and we've barely even like gone off yet. And it is a 6-speed as well, so yeah, pretty good. And as you can see now, we are at 155 miles per hour. So really good car, honestly. This thing goes really quick, and it's very attractive at the same time as well. Overall, there's not much wrong with this car at all. I have a lot less complaints with this car than I do with some other cars that I've reviewed in the past. So, yeah. So, guys, the way how we actually find this car is by clicking filters, then scrolling all the way down to the bottom, and then clicking on Wolfsburg. And that makes it even easier because it's right at the bottom, and it's not just somewhere, like, in the middle. So, yeah. But then you click back on filters, and then you have all these, like, Volkswagens here. But the one that we're actually looking for is the 2013 Wolfsburg Tornado. So basically, we need to click on this, and then we can see the actual car, and this is where you like buy it and stuff like that, for those of you who don't already know. And yeah, so first of all, for the first two trims, you don't actually need any passes, so honestly, really good. So for this trim, the specs is 131 miles per hour, 160 horsepower, and 36.8 miles per gallon. So honestly, not the worst. It's pretty good, and as you can see, it is 4 seats, and it is front-wheel drive, so pretty good. And then the other trim here, which is 12,000, opposed to 10,000 right here. But yeah, the specs are 122 miles per hour, so actually a little bit slower than the last trim. And then it has 185 horsepower. But the thing is about this one is that it has 52.3 miles per gallon. So if you just want to drive around in this thing and you don't really want to have to go to the gas station every couple of minutes, then I'd honestly recommend getting this one instead, even though it is a lot slower. But yeah. And then we have the trim that I have, which is the R trim. Now, only bad thing about this trim is that, or well, one bad thing about this trim is that you need the luxury pass, where the others you don't. So yeah, that's one bad thing about it. But yeah, it's honestly worth it if you do have the luxury game pass. And then here are all the rims as well, as you guys can see. So that's actually the one that I got there. So pretty nice. And then if you go to the specs here, we have 155 miles per hour as the top speed, which is extremely fast, 240 horsepower, and unfortunately only has 27.3 miles per gallon, so I'm pretty sure that's like the lowest amount out of every single one of them, but it's kind of like expected, to be honest, because of how fast it actually is. So yeah, that's honestly really expected. And this one is $25,000, so not much of a big difference there. And honestly, if you do a little bit of grinding, you should be able to get this thing in no time. So yeah, but overall, what would I rate this car? Probably about an 8 out of 10. Honestly, it's an extremely respectable car, and it's almost good in like every single aspect. And oh my gosh, what just happened to my car? Okay, everybody, let's just ignore that even happened. But yeah, honestly, really nice car. I would definitely recommend getting this thing if you do have the luxury game pass, and even if you don't, I would still recommend getting the other trims too, because honestly, this thing is so nice in pretty much every single way possible. And yeah, but anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, also I do want to thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel lately, because we have literally gotten about 270 subs in the past week. Like, in the past week, we've got 270 subs. Like, I just can't comprehend that, dude. You guys have been supporting me so much lately, and I just can't thank you guys enough. But, yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you later, and goodbye.